What's going on, y'all? It's your favorite drunk of noon, Belichick calling all the plays. Thank you for joining us on Drunk Us Podcast. Tune in to hear the latest news on sports, gambling advice, fantasy sports, and trade rumors, and more. It's raw in the cut. You don't want to miss this shit. Make sure to follow us on all platforms, including our YouTube at Drunk Us Podcast. Yo, what's going on, y'all? Thank you for joining us on Drunk Unks Podcast. It's your boy, Noon Belichick, former collegiate athlete, hard-hitter, teeth gritter.
What up? It's your boy, Campaign J. We here live today on Drunk Unks, episode 5. It's your boy, talk all the wild shit, say all the wild shit, got all the hot takes. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram at Campaign J as well.
Today, we got a special guest right here. We got Toney Fuller. My guy, I'm going to let him introduce himself, tell him a little bit about himself.
Yo. It's Coach Toney Fuller, man.
I'm
Toney Fuller, man. I coach over at Start High School, the Start High School. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Tremainsville, you know what I'm saying? I coach football there. I coach basketball, and I'm about to start coaching track. I just want to say, man, appreciate y'all boys having me on here, man. Y'all been doing y'all thing.
Yes, sir.
I gotta
Welcome,
give y'all flowers, man. It's I just want to say, man, this is great. Like, you see stuff like this, you got to come out and support. So I'm just very appreciative to be here, man. Want to give y'all flowers. Y'all doing y'all thing.
We appreciate that, man. Thanks for coming, man. So we want to start off this asking, like, how did you get into coaching? What made you want to be a coach?
I mean, if you have any love of, if you play sports before and you actually love sports, you always just want to be around it. It just comes naturally.
Sure.
So, senior year, I had the chance to go play college ball, but tore my shoulder up, had labrum surgery twice.
Yep.
And so I didn't really get into college ball, just went the college route. But, I always stayed around the game. So it first started with my boy, shout out JB Brown. You know who you are. He got me in the AAU. So I started coaching AAU with him. Did a little brief coaching at St. Ursula with Tandy Bradford while she's there. She's up at Lourdes right now coaching college basketball. So they had me helping over there. That was my first little, integration into actually coaching.
So it started with basketball.
Yeah, it all started with basketball because when you might feel this, but once you're done with football and that stuff is over,
yeah.
You don't want to get into it because you miss that shit so much. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So, I tried to stay away from football as long as possible.
For sure.
This past year was my first year coaching varsity football. Guy by Nate James, head coach at Start High School over there. He coached while I was playing. He coached over at Northwood High School. Shout out Ken James over there, longtime coach at Northwood. But he was coaching over there, and then he got the job at Start, and he called me. He was on my ass. I'm telling you, man. He like, come on, man, just come out here, come try it, blah, blah, blah. And I was, like I said, I try to stay away from it because I love it so much, and I miss that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you miss it so much.
You gotta buy all the way in once you do it.
Yeah, and so I got into it this year, man. It's been one of the best decisions I ever made, man. Really? I'm telling you, like,
that's dope.
Especially nowadays in this generation. I mean, we was just talking about this off camera, but these kids need, they need mentors and men who, been through it, who understand it, can relate with them, but also be a great mentor and teach them new things. You know what I mean?
I agree with that 1,000%. And you had a good program too. Start has a very good program as far as like sports goes. I don't know particularly what goes on in the school, but I know they got a very good basketball coach and Matt. And then I know football, they always pretty one or two. It's either Bowser or Start. Pretty much in the city league. So you under two good coaches, obviously. I think you're gonna learn a lot with those two guys. I think, especially basketball, because like Coach Matt, he's over here killing it every year. He's producing studs. Like, in those are one of the schools like where people are always going to college after school. Like, they're always going, and they're usually dual athletes. They're usually football, basketball. So you probably deal with a lot of those guys. So shout out to both of those guys. I want to ask you another question. Like, so are you an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator?
So right now, I'm on the defensive side. I'm actually a safeties coach, cornerbacks coach, and then I help a little bit out with the wide receivers.
Okay, so I got a question for you then. So when you playing Madden now, do that shit kind of help you? Like, do that, like when you looking at shit, like you like, okay, these niggas in trips formation. We're not about to do cover 3 because that's gonna leave the seam open. Like, you be looking at it like that now.
It definitely helps with the Madden games when you like playing it, but you know, Madden is Madden. It's gonna always have its stuff. So yeah, but it definitely helps.
This is the king of cheese on Madden. In case y'all didn't know, the king of cheese.
But that's what it helps you out.
YouTube plays to the king.
Oh God,
man.
But that's what it helps out. Like it's more so on the offensive side that I really like. You all say the cheese, but I'm always looking at where your safety's at, where your corners lined up. That's already
but
like,
you know they gonna glitch and shit though. You know the bullshit. You know the niggas gonna glitch.
They know they not gonna come down so hard.
This nigga will go get the fastest players in the game. Move them to receiver, running back, or do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Speed kills.
These niggas have 2,000 yards, bro.
That nigga put John Ross at running back. He's a nasty.
This nigga rushing 1,500 yards. This is a nasty nigga y'all listening to here, man. I just wanted to say that. But real quick though, Tom, while we talking about coaching and everything as well too, though, do you eventually see yourself like? Do you want to continue on? You know, do you want to eventually become a head coach? How far do you want to take this coaching thing right now? Because I'm sure you have a day job as well too that you work on as well. So I'm sure I would think my opinion would be if you had the opportunity, you would probably take the coaching route more than you would probably take your day job. But you know, you tell me, what do you think? What are your plans? What do you want to do?
Great question.
That's a great question. I think it comes down to just the kids. Like I'm really in it for the kids, man. I really like have this this drive, this passion to help as many kids as possible and to give stuff that I maybe wasn't given. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
So if that takes me to head coaching and I feel like that's the way that it's leading me, I for sure love it. Like my dad coach, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. My family has been in coaching, my mother coach and everything. My mom coached me when I was in, the YMCA shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, it's been in the family. I think it just comes down to the right opportunity. Like I said, I love where I'm at right now. I got 2 great mentors in Coach Matt and Coach Warren and Coach Nate James. I got great mentors who are, support me and want me to grow. And I've already learned a lot, being in this short year. So, if the opportunity presents itself, I think I would. But, like I said, if it comes, I just want to help the kids. It's all about the kids.
So kind of piggybacking off of what Jay just asked you. So, like, would you want to, like, start seeing them, like, younger, like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, catch somebody young, groom them into young men, and then move up to high school? Or would you want to start out high school and just try to groom them for there to get ready for college? Like, how would you want to do that? Because I know me, that was kind of one of them things for me. I wanted to start kind of like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, groom them, and then eventually, once I feel like I did my part, move to high school. So, like, how do you feel about that? Where do you want to start as far as that?
I got a question for you too once he answers as well.
Okay. I think being thrown into the fire with high schoolers and then being such a close age gap. Like, I mean, I'm only 25, you know what I'm saying? I'm still pretty young. I'm still, and I can relate to that's what I'm saying. I can relate to them where I can earn their trust, where they understand what I'm telling them. I'm not trying to harm them. I'm trying to help them as much as possible.
Right.
And I think they understand that from me, from being so young. Because like I said, like I've been there, I've done that. You know what I'm saying?
But it's still a line of respect, though.
It's a still line of respect right there.
Yeah.
So I think I would stay with the high school just because, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm right there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like high school is a good age, though. Like me personally, like I said, I want to do middle school first, but I think high school is great too because it's like you more relatable. You can really talk to them about stuff because they didn't know driving. They starting to talk to the ladies or whatever. You feel me? They starting to get into shit. They're starting to get into shit they ain't not supposed to.
Right.
Like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, you still kind of innocent.
Still kids.
It's kind of like like high school is kind of like it's a great area too. So it's like I agree with you on that. So
I was gonna ask you pretty much. You kind of answered it, but like when Bam gets older, what do you want to do?
Till man gets older, like far as like him doing sports.
Yeah, so like you want to coach, you want to coach him. Like, do you want to like? And when I mean coach him, I mean obviously you're gonna be working with him on the side, but do you actually want to be the coach of his team that you might play for and kind of work up a way there, or what do you want to do?
Nope, I don't ever want to be the coach of his team because I know I love my son to death, so I'm be biased. I don't know. I don't want to.
So you could be unbiased when it came to coaching. Okay.
And I can be unbiased, but it's just like somebody hit my goddamn kid too hard in practice. We gonna have to have an issue. I don't want to be out there.
But you got to be able. So you couldn't separate.
No, I mean,
you had to be able to separate.
I don't want to be a coach. I'd rather just teach him the principles that I
on the outside,
like the fundamentals, like footwork. You know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. I wouldn't want to be his coach because I want to have a relationship with my son, and I feel like when you have that father-son coach relationship, like it gets difficult because now you at home, you looking at him, it's like, nigga, you just trying to have he just trying to have another conversation. You trying to do goddamn plays that you need to read this linebacker. You need to read your keys. Like, I don't want to be like that. Like, and my dad made it easy for me because he never was like that with me. Like hooping, like and he just like do your thing. So like I don't want to do that to my son because me and my dad got a great relationship. So I don't want to do that to my son. Like,
I feel you.
Quick question. Oh, go ahead.
No, go.
Quick question. So as a father, obviously I don't have no kids, and I don't, you know what I'm saying, understand it, but I know like I know how I felt with my dad because he played and everything like that. How do you set your boundaries? Your boundaries from the point of where you want your son to be the best, right? Obviously, I mean anybody would want it, but also not trying to throw maybe some
yo shit that you didn't get done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I didn't achieve this, so I think you got to do it.
Exactly.
It's a hard thing. It's a slippery slope because a lot of people do it and they do it not
even knowing.
So it's like I think you have a good relationship with your kid just to have that open dialogue, saying like, "Oh, Dad, I want to like." I'm not gonna really force my son to do nothing unless he's like, Dad, I do want to like I told my dad like when he was like, you ready for football? I'm like, yeah, like I want a trainer.
Right.
And he's like, okay, I see what you're doing now. So like he would never force me, like, hey nigga, you gotta get 5 o'clock in the morning, run the fence. That shit is ridiculous, bro. Like I get it, like with some parents, like I do get it. Because like some kids you could see it in them, but like I'm all with keeping a kid.
Yeah.
Like I'm all for that. Like, I'm not trying to make a goddamn NFL Hall of Fame running back.
I don't know, man, but I'm a say my piece before we move on to our next topic. But when my kid come out, woman or man, we putting in that motherfucking work.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong.
And I mean, and when I mean work, I mean we putting in that work. They might hate me.
Yeah, hey, nothing wrong with that. Everybody's different. Like it's not. I don't knock nobody for doing it because some kids need that shit. Some kids be hyper as fuck. So some kids you gotta do that shit just to burn the steam off. And you just gotta know your kid, like I said.
And I mean, and like we've said before too, though, it's like at the point to where like I'm not saying it like that, like I'm gonna be Joe Jackson, but I'm just but I'm saying it like, you know, till they get to the point where they tell me like, yo, and we had to talk about it the other day at Lenny's, like, you know, yo, I'm cool, I don't want to do this anymore. But you're not stopping in the middle of the season or whatever it is. But you know, at that point when you get old enough to tell me like, but at that point when you do that though, we still gonna fill that space with something else. So whether you playing the piano, you doing something, you're gonna be doing something though. But
tech job, something.
Something. You're gonna be building computers or something, writing some code, doing something.
You're gonna be the best at it.
But now that we didn't got that in, like, you know, our intros in and everything, let's move on to our topics going on, man. And the first one, we're gonna keep on basketball for a little bit, and we're gonna talk about Tristan Thompson. Man.
Oh my!
Nutty ass.
Oh
yeah,
my
man.
God.
Yeah, man.
Let's get on this nutty ass nigga, Tristan Thompson.
If
how
a lot
old
of
is
you,
this?
So if you guys don't know, so for the people that don't know, let's just go into a little background real quick of what was going on. Tristan Thompson the other day was suspended from the NBA for 25 games for PED use, and he was using, what was it called? The
LA, it's called LGD 4033.
Yep. Okay.
And that is a bodybuilder enhancement pill.
Yeah.
That's like, nigga, what are you about to do? Go to the Arnold?
Yeah. And then he was using something else called like ibuprofen or something. I knew how to pronounce it before I started drinking. But
Schwarzenegger's take.
Yeah. So what's, man, let me get y'all takes on it, man. What do y'all think on that, man? What's going on with your boy Tristan?
I'm gonna go first. Mama, let me spit my shit real quick, man. Tristan Thompson, you're a nasty nigga. First of all, you should have did that shit when you was playing with Bron if you was gonna do it.
Oh,
Come on,
God,
man. Thank you.
Oh,
If you gonna use the goddamn PED, you should did it when you was in your
He
prime.
didn't need it when
This
he
nigga
had
don't wait-
Brown,
But
man.
nigga, you don't wait till you turn 35. You averaging 3
He
points.
need it now.
But he averaged 3.3
He
points
was
and
balling
3.5
He
rebounds.
need it now.
Like if he'd have took that shit back then, he probably looked like Shaq.
I mean, that nigga probably would have looked like Shaq.
Hey, but now you want to take me 35? You averaging 3.3
Now
points.
he's looking like
3.5
goddamn.
rebounds?
He looking like Kwame, so
Man,
he want to get it
he look
together.
like Kwame. Nigga, you
Man.
team to team, you bounce around. You know when you gonna play again. Like
Look,
that was the
look.
worst thing. Nigga, go turn into a bodybuilder. You gonna do that?
I mean, it was only 25 games though.
But he still got motion. He can go be a bodybuilder. Like if that's what you want to do, nigga, you still got a brand.
That
name,
nigga is
you
known
feel
for
me?
being Kardashian's
So,
boyfriend,
look, so now you
whatever
got
it is.
Kardashian bodybuilder.
Look, all right.
The nigga's
Brand
30.
that
What
shit.
do you
The
think?
nigga's
Tom? What do you think,
35.
Tom?
The nigga's 35, bro. At the end of the day, bro, you got a ring with Bron. Like, what are you chasing?
Yeah.
What are you chasing?
I mean,
There's no single
nothing else.
awards that he is going to
Achieve at this
compete.
point.
Yeah,
maybe that nigga just love the
exactly.
game.
You hit your ceiling.
Maybe that nigga
You
loves the
got a
game. Maybe he
ring.
wants to keep
I
playing,
don't
bro.
think he loves the
I mean,
game.
he made it past
He wants
a
that
Kardashian.
contract.
He made it past a Kardashian, whatever
That
you want to
child
call
support
it.
tearing his ass
Yeah.
up. That child support.
Look, that's what I'm saying. He's trying to get that cheese. He needs that cheese. Like, that nigga just, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, that nigga stressed. It's not like she need the cheese, but damn, that nigga said I got to start popping these pills or something to get it moving. So it's like,
every contract you got, 30% off top.
man, look,
30% off top.
look, that's crazy. And I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. As somebody like, you know, as me as that run, I ran track, man, and you know, PED use is rampant in the track and field community for a lot of people and for a lot of older athletes as well too that still want to compete at that point. So I mean, obviously it's frowned upon. I look bad. I mean, I look down on it as well too. You know, I don't think that's something that you should be doing if you want to compete. You know, it's natural versus natural at that point. But I understand maybe where he was coming from as a 35-year-old man. He still probably wants to keep playing, and that's the only way that he may be able to do it.
No,
but like you said, though, in the track community, sometimes you got like them niggas is different because
It's different.
that's not the real thing.
It's
Like
different.
most of them niggas,
It's
they have
different.
the real.
Yeah,
they still him.
Exactly.
Like in their head,
and
they're still him because
I mean,
they're only competing every 4 years.
And in reality, they are still them as well too.
Yeah.
But and it's a lot of things that you coming back from in track as far as hamstring injuries.
You playing on the world stage.
Yeah,
so,
it's a lot more. But I guess I can understand from that point of view of maybe he just wanted to keep playing. You know,
he still wanted to be serviceable.
Right.
Yeah,
but
right.
At the same time, I read something, and I was doing when I'm doing my research on this topic, which is fucking stupid, because like you're 35. But anyways, I was doing it. You know, the NBA warns you. They literally warn you what they're checking.
You can smoke a little weed.
That's what I'm saying. They'll tell you when the test is coming. So I don't get how.
But I think, you know, with those drugs though, they don't leave your system fast.
That's true.
They don't.
So he must have been doing that shit.
When you do the stuff like
shit.
that stuff like it stays in your body for a decent amount of time.
Nigga got some cheap shit.
Yeah.
That's what he did. With the cheap bro.
I mean, you can buy one of the drugs. I was just looking it up. You can go buy one of the drugs for literally. Hold on, I'm about to tell you that right now.
Because I know
ibuprofen or whatever that shit was called is $120.
That nigga was
you can buy it right now.
That nigga bought that shit from GNC.
Literally,
that nigga bought steroids.
All you gotta do is Google it. You can go buy that shit right now.
Nigga nasty nigga, man. GNC steroid user.
Jesus, you can't even get the good stuff. This niggas out here buying the cheap shit.
Hey, man, get that shit re-rock, man. Like Trish Thompson, you a nasty nigga if you watch it.
Nasty nigga, man.
But yeah, you're a sicko, buddy. For a lot of reasons outside of just the PED use. But this is just more, you know, icing on the cake.
Cherry on top.
Yeah, man. I want to switch topics, man.
Yep.
I'm about to give my guy Scary Terry.
Oh shit.
That shit was crazy.
Hey, I think that's a good trade. I liked it.
Great trade. I think the Hornets got fleeced.
I mean, well, yeah.
They got Kyle Lowry, old ass.
Well, they got a first round pick. And that Heat pick is not going to be in the top 10. You know what I mean? So
they're always going to be good.
They're going to be decent.
That bitch going to be like the top. That's going to be like
20.
I don't know.
So what are you going to get value there?
You don't like it?
I didn't say I didn't like it. I definitely like it if he's the player.
Like it for the Heat.
Yeah, I like it for the Heat. If he's the player that he should be. But the Heat right now, I don't know, man. They lost 4 of their last 5 games right now, and they're getting boat raced by teams. I mean, like if you really think about it,
they haven't looked like the Heat from the last years.
I think Terry gets them back to that spot because he's having a career high right now. He averaging 23 right now, 6.6 assists. Like having a career moment.
But I don't think Terry's going to be going there and averaging 23 points.
You think so? You think he'll come off the bench, or you think he'll start?
No, I think he's starting. I think he's going to start. He's starting.
Tyler Hero,
It's gonna be him,
Jimmy,
Tyler, Jimmy,
Bam,
Bam, and I don't know.
whoever the fuck that's-
You probably put
something like
you
that.
probably put Bam at the 5. I don't know if they've been starting. I mean, I think they probably want another shooter at that point on the floor. So I would think they probably have another shooter.
Smith nigga or whatever the name
But
is.
Okay,
at that point, you sacrificing that, and that's what the point is. That the Heat are known for that grittiness, that defense.
But I think Terry's a gritty player though.
Yeah,
He's a gritty player,
He's a
but
gritty
is he going
He's
to be able to get the shots? You got to think. Terry's a hooper. At the end of the day, he's a hooper. Everybody knows that.
He's watched him in high school.
Right. He dropped. I literally witnessed him in person drop 50 on my high school that I went to. I literally witnessed it.
So is he gonna work?
Maybe
with
not 50. It was like 35, 36 though. But I witnessed it. I think so. No, I think it will though, because this is the same thing too though. Terry played for Boston, and I think a lot of people forget that he did play for Boston before this.
Right. Young Terry.
He was young Terry.
Went to the conference finals.
And I think that Terry is what we might get out of Miami. Grittiness, hustle. I think he wants to be in Miami. I mean, I know he's happy to be out of. I know he's happy to be out of Charlotte.
Right, for sure.
He's happy to be out of Charlotte situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he kicks in Miami almost all summer. Yeah. So I think at this point, this is perfect for him. And now he gets to go into that Heat culture. I think with Jimmy, hopefully getting healthier as the season goes on. You still got Tyler. I mean, it's better. I think this is better. This makes the Heat better. Now, but the thing is though, this doesn't tip the scales.
Yeah, no, I don't.
This isn't a tip the scale move. I think at the same time, you still have those other teams that are better than the Heat. I think the Knicks are above the Heat. Right now, the Bucks are still above the Heat. You got the Celtics above the Heat.
They probably like 4.
Probably put the Pacers above the Heat right now.
They're probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'll say 5.
I'll
say 5. I'll put Halliburton with Pascal now. I think that put them at 4. And then I'll put them at like 5. I'll put Miami at 5. And then I don't know. Sixers. I forgot the Sixers. So they're at 6. They're at 6.
The Sixers are like 1.
Yeah, Sixers are like 1 or 2.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we all know what Miami do in the playoffs. I mean,
yeah, we know what they do. But it's Jimmy. We know what Jimmy does in the playoffs.
It needs to be a science behind player development over here, because
they develop. But at the same
player development over there, they are great.
But once the niggas leave, they're terrible.
That's why it's
Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley. They do shit different over there.
Whoever's in the lab with the niggas though, they got that shit down. They out there drafting me, you. Fucking
and a nigga from Walmart, and
we gonna get 20.
And they go, and we gonna shoot 40% from the 3-point line. And lock you niggas down. Lock you niggas down.
Get booed out of the city, goddamn it.
I ain't heard of Gabe Vincent since last year, nigga. Literally.
I don't even want to talk about it here.
We gonna get to that point, but hold on. Before we go to that one, Cole, let's talk about the Bucks and Doc Rivers real quick.
You know what fucked me up yesterday, because we was at Lenny's talking about this. So Adrian Griffin and my uncle had pointed out, and Henderson, shout out to my guy. So he had pointed out to me, because I didn't even notice that Doc Rivers got Adrian Griffin that Bucks job, and then he backdoored this nigga. And he got the
that's it. Finished.
Wait.
So you hear the rumor is what Giannis said is he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So
Giannis said he had nothing to do with it.
I'm looking up shit this morning, and they like, the reason he got released was because he couldn't develop a relationship with his star players. And Giannis was the first nigga to come out and say, "Oh, we good. I love that guy. I love that guy."
Because you got to remember too, Giannis handpicked him.
Yeah, I do remember 7 months ago. They said that. They definitely said that.
So
and Dame was on Twitter talking about some I just couldn't get in the system. I didn't know how to play with it with the Woo, and that's not a good record. So I'm just confused, because now as a GM, you have to make these hard choices, but that was kind of crazy.
That was rough though. That was crazy.
Record was good.
This is the David Blatt in 2016, and they went on to win the ring. Let's see what Milwaukee does if they go on to win the ring. I don't think they will.
So you don't think Adrian Griffin is going to get another job?
He's going to get another job.
Not this year.
He fuck around.
No, I mean not this year. But I'm just saying in general. We never heard of David Blatt again.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, it depends.
Who's going to go? You know where he's going to go?
Where?
Monty's out of there.
Possibly. They paid him all that cheese. They're going to give him another year. He's going to get another year. If he goes anywhere, I can see him going to Charlotte. And whenever the NBA decides to expand, maybe he gets an expansion team. But I think he'll coach again. But I think at this point, what Adrian Griffin's going to do, he's going to end up going to a contender's team. and being like, the second or third guy on their bench as a coach. And then it's from that point he may get a job offer.
Yeah. Get some more learning.
Yeah, I think. No, I think it was solid.
Is not bad.
13 I mean, but when you got Damian Giannis, that's what I expect. That's what I expect.
But a lot of coaches get away with this shit, especially Doc Rivers.
I mean, Doc Rivers
back on his ass.
So this is the thing too, though. Doc Rivers, though, and Doc Rivers is a good superstar coach. He's not a good coach.
He's not even a good superstar coach.
This is my
he's
thing.
a good superstar coach.
Let's not say that because he had a falling out with James Harden. He had Lob City. He fell out with them. He fell out with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin.
James Harden, though.
The only time, hold on, time out. The only time we've ever seen really Doc Rivers perform when we're thinking almost 20 years. And I'm a Celtics fan.
Oh, so you have some frustration.
So, no, I'm not even. This is not even frustrations. But I'm telling you, this is the real though. He won a championship with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and veterans. And it's easy to manage that team, but at the same time, we have to look at that team as far as Kevin Garnett was the heartbeat of that team.
Right.
It wasn't because of Doc Rivers. Kevin Garnett was literally out there telling these niggas, step your shit, drop your nuts, nigga. We going to battle. And since then, what has Doc Rivers done? The minute he lost KG and Paul Pierce, niggas have done nothing. Getting their ass beat by Miami. He goes to LA, get their ass beat there. And at the same time, the Clippers had the window to be able to get a championship at that point, and then they fucked that up, and like Golden State come in and start torching their ass after that.
And them niggas had a crazy lineup.
And then last year,
in the
last couple years, man, bro, Jamal Crawford, Blake Griffin, you had Chris Paul in his prime. You had DeAndre Jordan. You had Matt Barnes. You had shooters. You had shooters. Like, come on, bro. They had Jesse Redick. They had Hedo Turkoglu for a second early on after he left my Orlando. Big baby. Like they had players, bro. They had players.
Let me push back just a little bit. Okay, I don't want to debate the part that Doc Rivers is a good coach or not a good coach. I'm not debating that. We know his record. We know the.
He's a good coach.
Okay, but let's really look at.
He's awful in game sevens.
Okay, we can say that. But let's look at these situations. The Chris Paul and Clippers when he was with the Clippers. Let's go back to this. Chris Paul has never been fucking healthy. He's never been fucking healthy in the playoffs. Let's just talk about that's first thing. Okay. You go back to the Clippers with Paul George and Kawhi. Paul George, what were we calling him? Playoff P. Okay, all right. Where's Waldo? Okay, come on. Let's just talk about it.
But hold on.
I'm just saying, let's just really talk about it. Last year with the 76ers, right?
Yep.
Joel Embiid got his MVP. Did he not? He got his MVP.
It's just a bad.
Okay.
As well in playoffs.
James Harden comes. He has that first game, 45 points. We like James Harden back.
He had like another game with like 30 or something against the Celtics.
Rivers, right?
Yep. Under Doc Rivers. He's going crazy. Everybody thought James Harden was washed. And guess what? Game 6 happened.
You know what that nigga is? A regular season merchant.
The regular season merchant. And it's fine to say that. This is the thing. Doc is going to get you into the playoffs.
Right.
Doc's going to get you a top 4 to 5 seed.
He's going to underperform.
And he might get you out of the first round. And after that, once he plays,
so y'all don't think there's no hope for Milwaukee? Y'all don't think there's no
it's hope for Milwaukee for sure
because they have Giannis and Dame.
Right. And you don't think he knows something to give to Giannis and Dame?
Giannis is kind of like KG though.
Giannis is a winner.
Are them niggas going to beat the Celtics? Are them niggas going to beat the Celtics? And you know what would be hilarious, this is what I really think is going to be funny. Not even the Celtics. The fucking 76ers are going to end up beating them. That's going to be the funniest thing about this. That's the funniest thing about this.
I'm not doubting it.
And while we talk about the 76ers too,
70
ball, 70
ball,
18.
Bro.
And then the same night we had
18 rebounds.
He's the most skilled big man. He might be the most skilled big man ever. I will stand on that.
70 points is the most scored since David Robinson by a center.
Yep.
I think David Robinson had 71, which was maybe 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago, roughly around there. But I want to ask both of y'all right now with the NBA, we've seen 70, and then that same night we seen Cat go for 62.
Lost.
Yeah, I thought, but it was a big nasty L. And we're going, and that game was a little bit nasty because we seen Cat actually lost them that game. If we want to be honest about it,
Charlotte.
If you want to be honest, Cat lost them that game because he was shot hunting, and Cat's not that guy. Let's just be honest. Even with the 62, Cat's not that guy. But I want to ask both of y'all real quick. Tico and Tone. what do y'all think, first of all, about the NBA and the defense? And what do y'all think about these 70 and 62 point games? Because I don't think there's ever been a time where we've seen two players go for 60 plus in a game and the same night.
We done seen 5 of them since we've been live, though. We done seen Devin
Donovan, Joel, Cat.
Did Luka get there?
Luka got 60 before, I believe.
Luka
You know what I'm saying? So, but what do y'all think about the defense? And you know my take on this, and I'm gonna go after y'all. But what do y'all think right now about this the status of the NBA and the defense and the scoring? Let me hear it.
So it's like the NFL. It's like more offense driven.
Yep.
But at the same token, like, okay, you don't want to go to see, like, if you pay for a ticket, nigga, you're not about to try to. Who your favorite player right now?
Kevin Durant.
So you want to see Kevin Durant get 8 points?
And Steph Curry.
You want to see Kevin Durant get 8 points? You want to see the nigga locking up Kevin Durant?
You know what? Honestly,
fuck no.
Yes.
Fuck no.
Yeah. This my thing, bro. And this my thing. And like I said the other night, we talked about this. We talked about this the other night a little bit of Lenny's while we were going through our topics.
Stop it.
I love basketball. I haven't watched the NBA literally, bro, really vividly since COVID. Since COVID, bro. And this is why. And this is my reason why. Since we getting on it. Since y'all asked me, since we getting on this.
For sure.
Bro, there's no defense played. And then I hear niggas say, I hear niggas say this is the most skilled the NBA has been in the past. Yeah.
It's the best players, I think, though.
I think okay, this is my take on that. We talked about it too. Because you said this is the bench players.
The bench players.
There are better players in the NBA. That's not a question. These athletes are better than what they have been in the past, but that's just the natural progression of sports in general.
Yeah.
Athletes are always going to be better.
Yeah.
But the fundamentals of the game are lacking in the NBA.
That's why
heavy in the NBA. That's why we said, and that's why we said that the European players come who have the fundamentals, and that's why you see like a Jokic. This is why you see like the Kristaps, the Victor Wembanyama's. These players, they have the basic fundamentals down of the game.
But you know, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
But you know why I appreciate America? This is American player so much. It's one. I appreciate Tyrese Halliburton so much because he has that.
He's a fundamental player. He's a fundamental player.
He's
a fundamental player. Yes.
He don't turn the ball.
You know who's another good fundamental player too is Kawhi Leonard.
I see it.
Kawhi Leonard is a very fundamental player.
As a hooper, like people that like watch basketball and enjoy basketball. I appreciate
Kevin Durant.
She like real poetry and most like when you see them, it's like
Kyrie Irving.
Poetry. Yeah. You could tell they was real.
What do you want to say, Tom?
This is my only pushback on. This is my only pushback on this generation of basketball. Right, I think my favorite, just in general, would probably be that maybe 02 through 07. Not
2010. I say 2010.
2010. I like that Dallas team too because that was good basketball.
Yeah.
So
San Antonio had a couple of years as well too. Yep.
Miami Brown Heat was fun. I don't care when that was crazy. Yeah, that was great basketball.
But that was the start of the new NBA though.
Right.
Yeah.
But the only pushback that I have to that is this. Who was guarding Magic? Who was guarding?
That's
time out.
Who's guarding Kareem? Like Bill Russell.
Right.
If you've seen Bill Russell,
time out, man.
Your shit.
Let's talk about it more.
A 6'7" plumber.
And you
come
talk
on,
about
man.
Beer
Come on, man.
Lambier.
We're not going to talk. Let's not talk about. Fuck Bill Russell.
Come on, man.
Fuck all that. We ain't talking about them niggas. We're not talking about them niggas. We're not talking about them
Run that nigga
niggas. Talk about the years. You're not scoring against the Bad Boys Pistons.
What?
You're out your goddamn mind.
If you
you're out your goddamn mind. If you think you're going to the basket with Joe
Mike
Dumars,
was
they're whooping your ass.
is.
Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Mike was
Here we
soft.
go.
Let's call it
Here
what
we
it is.
go.
Call
Oh
it
my
a
God.
spade
All right.
a
This is
spade.
what I
Mike
want.
was
This is what I
soft.
want.
They made a whole rule.
This is what I want right here. Hey,
They literally made a whole
because they couldn't stop him.
Hey, we might have got Isaiah Thomas on here.
Man, you niggas is tripping.
What other NBA player you know has a literally rule made for them right now?
Because you couldn't fucking stop him.
Talk to me.
Exactly.
Talk to me.
What player do you know? What do you
Everybody talk
know?
about Bron good. Niggas Bron.
Bron don't have no rule.
Bron got that shot
That
treatment.
nigga's stoppable.
He's so dominant.
Guess what? I seen James Terry stop Bron. So what the fuck are we talking about? I mean, Jason Terry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He saw Rick. He saw him
back his head.
All right, so
Oh my God.
Ron did this one back his
man,
head.
5 years later, he had to get his
You saw
payback. He had to get
right
his get back
there.
with no championship involved in that dunk, though. So get the fuck out my face with that.
But
Hold on.
even,
But time out, Tone.
even like
But Tone.
Kobe, though,
But Tone.
like-
But time out. Hold on, Tone. Like, let's go in this real quick. I ain't talking about that Wilt shit because Wilt is literally that shit is a myth. All right, I don't give a fuck. So to me, the highest scoring game in the NBA is Kobe beating Bryant. Because if it ain't no film of this nigga scoring 100 points, I don't believe that shit. Because there was a whole bunch of film, a whole bunch of other shit going on back then. Besides this nigga 100
Shout
points.
out Kobe.
Besides that, he signed the stat sheet. Fuck out my face with that shit, bro. Fuck out that shit. These niggas that talk about Wilt. You let a nigga tell you, bro. They tell you Wilt could jump to the fucking moon from here, bro. Get the fuck out my face with that, bro. He ran a 4.240. The nigga had a 50-inch vertical. He could, man, get the, he could. That's probably the truthful thing. That's the truthful thing. That was one thing that was truthful. But they like they tell you that nigga could deadlift 600 pounds, squat 500.
That nigga was the goddamn god.
But man, hey, this nigga sound like Zeus. But my thing is though, if we go to the 80s and the 90s, man, there was legitimate players in those eras.
Sure.
Okay, I never said it was.
We have to hand pick on each team, though. We have to
for sure.
pick certain players.
Who was guarding
hold on,
these
but time out
niggas?
though, but there's a lot more that you could do on the defensive end to be able to stop a nigga back then than you can now.
They had a lot more skill.
There was a lot more fundamentals of the game. And at the same time, you could beat a nigga ass and literally, you know what I'm saying, while you going to the rim.
They did have a lot more
hand checking. There's hand checking allowed. There's hand checking allowed. So that even the playing field for a lot of these niggas. So niggas want to say plumbers and this and that.
But you couldn't be in the lane though.
But time out. You couldn't be in the lane. But hold on. But time out. I think niggas say that because it's like, bro, look at what I get it. Niggas say, oh, they're playing plumbers. But it's because Jordan was so advanced and ahead of his time that it looked like these niggas was plumbers.
And that's why J-Op say it's hard to be the first nigga to do something because you always
because you're gonna be exactly.
Now you
exactly.
And now we progressing, and now it looks like you're not
exactly. And this is the thing too, though. At the same time, when you really want to look at it, bro, obviously the defensive ratings, the numbers, and everything back then were better than they are now. And we can say the same thing in 20 years. Niggas can say the same thing about Bron against the niggas he's playing against. Because realistically, bro, like Bron's not like what better players. This is probably the weakest the NBA has been as far as star power. I think niggas are going to say the same thing in 20 years, bro.
This is the weakest the NBA has been in star power?
I think just like these superstars are weak.
Perennial all-stars.
These superstars are weak, bro. Look at the Eastern All-Star starting lineup, bro. That shit is terrible. That shit is terrible.
I agree with you on that one.
Terrible.
So I got a question for you though.
Okay.
So we're gonna move forward to the Lakers.
Yep.
So Lakers trade rumors. So I know how you look.
Yeah. Let's try to do a thing.
DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, Bruce Brown. So we got a couple names out there. Zach LaVine. Who would y'all like to see? I know you're a Celtics fan, so you don't want to see anything that's positive. So I know me and Tone, we here with the Lakers shit. So me personally,
until Brown leaves, then y'all niggas will be on the next team after that.
My honest opinion. Right now, I'm not trading D'Angelo Russell for nothing.
Nope, I like that.
I'm not trading D'Angelo Russell for nothing. You're not gonna get another player who's going. DeJounte Murray is not. He's not going to give you what you need.
He's a facilitator.
He's points. Exactly.
And even at that point,
he's not going to stand in the corner.
He's not going to bring more than what D'Angelo Russell brings to the table.
He wants the ball.
Yes, and I guess if you want to look at it from a defensive standpoint, maybe that's the only thing he brings over D'Lo. But even lately, his last couple of years in Atlanta, his defense has been lacking. Yeah. But continue on, Tony. I just want to touch on that.
No. I just don't think DeJounte Murray is going to be able to stand in the corner and hit a three without striving.
Right.
Like, that's not what he's going to do.
He's a great player.
Exactly.
He's trying to minimize his role.
Exactly.
I watched him since we were in high school.
He's hard, bro. At Rainier Beach. Yep, that was crazy.
Yep. Oh my God.
Yep.
So I just think that with the Lakers right now, I mean,
what do you think they need? What do you think is a move that could put the Lakers back in and put them in contention?
Big X is Bruce Brown. Big X.
What do you want? What do you think? What move do you want to see made that you think will put the Lakers back in contention, put them back in the conversation? Because
this is going to surprise you, and I know they're probably not thinking about it, and it's not probably on the trade rumor. But realistically, if you watch basketball and you really look, I'm going to say Dennis Schroeder.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. Bring Schroeder back.
Bring Schroeder back because
you keep D'Lo too.
Keep D'Lo too.
Let them run a bitch.
That's what you're missing.
Like one of them.
That extra spark Exactly.
D'Lo get off the bench.
No, I think you start D'Lo. I think you start D'Lo still. You let Dennis come off the bench.
Either
in
one.
my opinion, yeah.
But Schroeder brings energy when you don't have it. This motherfucker Darvin Ham, and he's gritty. This motherfucker Darvin Ham trusts Torian Prince. I get it. I don't.
Man,
I'm not a fan.
Darvin Ham stinks.
I'm not a fucking fan of Darvin Ham.
Hey, shout out Snoop. You see what Snoop said? You can't be looking like me and you playing ass. That nigga look terrible.
That nigga Torian Prince on the first flight.
But this is my thing. But this is another thing though. We talk about that real quick though. Why do all these players come and get with Brian and start looking ass and why they look good before Brian? Look good after
breaks pipes.
Is that what it is?
Is that
what it is?
You got to think something like this. I just saw something on Twitter.
KCP.
I just saw
won a championship after Brian. He won one with Brian, but he won one after Brian as well.
But he played with Brian. He know that pressure. He was getting slandered. Don't forget them days. He was getting slandered at in LA when he was missing shots. So he's been through all that shit. But only reason I say pressure breaks pipes. Look at this. Curry last night, if y'all didn't watch, or maybe like 2 days ago,
it was against the Kings, right?
Yeah, against the Kings, right? He had a chance to hit a game-winning shot. Yes, please.
Yeah, that's right.
But Curry had a chance to hit a game-winning shot last night. Yep. He got stripped by De'Aaron Fox. If that was Bron, someone said if this was Bron, it would be all over Twitter right now. Yeah. That the thing pressure under the microscope, niggas cannot handle that, bro. It's a real life thing, bro.
You know why it is? You know why it is though? Because unlike any superstar in NBA history or any sports history, at the end of the day, when Bron loses, it's always somebody else's fault.
Yeah,
it's always somebody else's fault. At this point now, it's always somebody else's fault. Early on in Bron's career, before Bron started winning championships, it was his fault. And at that point, and not that this means anything at that point, I'm not saying these 2 points mean anything, but I like Bron back then more, obviously, than I do now. And if niggas don't know, I was a Bron fan. I was Cleveland. I was actually Cleveland everything at that point when I was a kid. But what was you about to say? What was you about to say? No, say it. Nope. Go ahead, speak your mind. Get off your chest.
That was a growing resentment you had then. Keep going.
What do you mean?
You grew to resent that nigga.
Because he's a bitch.
Oh my god,
he's a bitch.
I'm not gonna tell him, but you got him. God damn, he's a bitch. Great man. Never mind.
He's a.
You want me to tell you what Bron problem is? Okay, I'm gonna let y'all niggas know.
Yeah, let me see what Bron.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
so I'm a Bron fan.
I love Bron, and I grew to love Bron because I was a Kobe fan.
And I'm not. And when I say fuck Bron, I'm not saying fuck the person of LeBron James, because LeBron does a lot for his community. He gives a lot back. He does a lot for the black community in general. So I'm not saying it on that point. I'm saying it just specifically from the basketball standpoint of fuck LeBron James.
So when Bron comes to these teams, like, okay, so Bron, he knows, okay, I'm the alpha. I want y'all to come out here. I want to pass the ball to y'all. But the thing is, when he recruiting players, he not recruiting shooters.
No.
He recruiting niggas that's like 50-50. Like, them niggas can slash or they can shoot. And we get niggas that can't shoot. So like the Warriors, them niggas can shoot. All the niggas can shoot. Yeah, so you get niggas that maybe can shoot. Yeah. Maybe can shoot. They can get hot or cold.
Yeah.
If we don't get shooters, go get the best ones. Buddy Hyde. Go get the niggas that shooting 50, 60% from three or 40%, even 40%. Don't get the niggas that shooting 26, 30%.
I mean, but Bron has been known to get some shooters as well, too.
Yeah, but like
Mike Miller. Ray Allen, Kyle Korver.
What he doing?
Kevin Love.
I mean, he got to the finals with Kyle Korver on his team.
And then what's that? But when he had a perennial shooter, what did he do?
He won rings.
And then J.R. Smith fucked it up his 51.
J.R. Smith.
But even J.R. Smith was a shooter though.
KCP, J.R. Smith.
But when he had them niggas that really wasn't scared to shoot.
But this is the thing too, though. When niggas was going into this season, they were saying this is the best Lakers team. This team is stacked. This team just has a good bench. Blah blah blah. This is the thing. Darvin Ham sucks at coaching.
We can agree with that. And he doesn't coach.
He doesn't.
Bron coaches that team. We know that.
But Bron coaches almost every team that he plays for, except for when he had Eric Spoelstra.
Ty
Lue and Eric Spoelstra were his only two, and that's why he didn't.
Frank Vogel has some very good.
And what happened to Frank Vogel?
He got booted because
of Bron.
That was some butt shit. Jimmy butt shit, though.
Come on, man. That Russell Westbrook shit was just all fucked up.
And that's because of Bron. Bron wanted Russell Westbrook.
I don't think that was
really. But that look.
Bron wanted Russell Westbrook. Bron pushed for Russell Westbrook.
Only thing I have to say is about that is because everybody has shit twisted.
Shout out Rusty, though.
And after this, we got to go on to NFL so we can talk about some playoff previews. But go ahead, Tom.
But that nigga was making $43 million a year. That's all it is. That nigga's making like 1.7 or 2.3 million a year now. He's playing his role at 2.3 million. If he was making 2.3 million while playing for the Lakers, it's not that much hate that we give him. He's making
different.
Exactly.
Okay, but this is the thing.
40 million a year.
This is the thing, though. Y'all knew that nigga was making 40 million a year when y'all went and got him. Y'all knew that.
But the season before that, he averaged a triple-double with the Wizards and got him to the playoffs.
Because you know that's going to be. This comes back to my whole point of when niggas get with Bron. It's fucking Bron's fault that these niggas don't ball. Don't blame these niggas. It's a reason why these niggas. It's not a reason why. Bron's gonna pad his stats. Of course, he's gonna average 30. So just so you can say, just for niggas like you, to say, hey, hold on, time out. Just for you niggas like you to say, well, Bron did his. That's not his fault. It's not Bron's fault. It's not Bron's fault. Bron averaged 30. Bron averaged 27. Bron gets 27, 77. Dick sucking.
Wait, hold on.
Bron is like the most annoying niggas of all time.
I got something for him.
Most of niggas.
I got something for him. You're a Celtics fan, right?
Go ahead, wrap it up and then we'll move it.
Yeah, this is the last one. You're a Celtics fan, right?
Correct.
You're a Celtics fan. Okay, all right, right. You're a $300 million player, right?
Don't. I didn't want to sign that.
You're a Celtics fan, right?
God.
You're $300 million player.
$305 million.
Okay, all right, right. When did he ever average 30?
He never averaged 30.
Tatum?
What does that mean?
When does Tatum average 30?
When is it doesn't matter.
Okay. If you're padding stats, if you're padding stats,
he 8 rebounds. He 6 assists.
Because the nigga,
it's not easy to average 30 right now.
This is the easiest ever been in the NBA history to average 30.
Who's averaging 30 right now? There's only one player. There's only like 2 people.
Bro, there's like 20 something niggas averaging 20 plus points, bro. This is the easiest.
We didn't say 20 plus. We said 30, Jay.
It's like 5 niggas averaging 30 plus points, bro.
So why is everybody not doing it? Because I can tell you what, on the Hornets, LaMelo, if he's padding his stats, he can average 30.
He could.
So I don't think it's that pad. I think niggas is really.
Bro, this is like no, it's not. We didn't literally see. There's plays that we'll see of LeBron literally jogging up court on defense. The nigga doesn't play. He plays on offensive end.
Bro, the nigga is 30. What's
39, bro.
39 years old.
Get the fuck out of my face with that, bro.
Nigga, this scorer needs to blow up like now. Nigga, make it.
All right, so hold on, time out, bro. Time out. Joel's averaging 36 points. Luka's averaging 33 points. Giannis is averaging 31 points. Shea is averaging 31 points. Kevin Durant is averaging 30 points. That's 5 niggas averaging 30 points. That's 5 niggas averaging 30 points, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot of niggas. That's a lot of niggas averaging 30 points. That's a lot of niggas averaging 30 points.
But you gotta think about it. Like 2007, with T-Mac, Kobe, all them niggas, it was 5
bro. Nope. I got you niggas. So I got you niggas. So it was Bean Bryant because he's the best player in the NBA at that point. But hold on, wait, time out. Let's go into it. 0708.
Dwight.
Kobe was the number 1 scorer in the league in 0708. He averaged 30. What was it?
Yeah. Listen, I'm listening.
And the game is slower. And the game was slower.
Way slower.
Way slower.
Like 60% slower.
You gotta forget, niggas are getting that bitch up in 10 seconds.
Bro,
10 seconds.
And the Pacers ain't fucking around. They scoring it.
They're throwing the ball down.
Brown was the leading scorer that year with 30 even. That's 0708.
Another 30 point.
Bro, he only averaged 30 points 2 times in his career.
But was he stat passing in 07?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't chasing all-time scoring.
We transitioned in the film.
Yeah, let's go, man. But Kobe in 06, Kobe averaged 31. Melo was number 2 with 29. So this has been the most people that have ever scored 30 points.
Not that year with James Harden.
Yeah.
That year with James Harden,
36.
2018.
He averaged 36. And I think it was only
and Bron was averaging 30 that year.
It was only like them two. I think that was 30. But NFL though, let's go.
We're gonna
fuck Bron.
We're gonna transition.
Fuck Bron.
I can't.
So we got
Kobe to go.
Coaches. We got 2 head coaching positions opening right now. We still have the Seahawks and the Commanders. My guy Toney over here is a nasty ass
Rise up, baby.
As well as my dog Chris Jones. Shout out to him. They both nasty ass Falcons fans.
Rise up, baby.
Time out.
About the Cowboys.
Shout out to them Chargers. We back, baby. We back. We back.
Do they still have a franchise?
Y'all little Texas. Hey,
they share a stadium,
time out. Hold on. Is there 2 teams in Atlanta? Is there 2 teams in Atlanta? No. Okay. So let me wrap up with you. Let me wrap up with you real quick. And then second with you. Hold on, wait.
I'm about to say.
Texans have more playoff wins than the Cowboys in my lifetime. Big Houston is Big Texas. We're now referring to Dallas.
No,
and Fort
I didn't
Worth.
think I know hate
Wow, that's a great.
Little Texas.
You want to get the gimmick off the shit. No, you feel me?
Little Texas. Yeah,
Because you politically correct. But yeah, man. Shout out to Houston, Texas. They doing their thing. I got no hate.
Shout out CJ Stroud.
Shout out to CJ Stroud, man. I ain't got no hate for them
The
guys.
Ohio
man.
State.
But we still big Texas, man. Them niggas know how rocking, man. Keep kissing my pocket, Clay stocking, man.
Man, them niggas really kept McCarthy. So, I want to talk about that, but hold on real quick. Yeah, you see them niggas got hardball. Turn this up.
Go ahead, Jay. Talk about that for a second. Go ahead.
Real quick. So I'm happy as both, man. As a Chargers fan and as an OSU fan. That's why I got the jersey on today. Anytime that y'all see, anytime. Time out. I'm gonna get to you. I'm tapping in. So real quick, anytime OSU taps in and we have some good news or anything like that, we gonna turn up. We're gonna have some type of Ohio State apparel. So y'all gonna be seeing us a lot in the summer and going into the offseason because we've been fucking killing it all off season. But yes, I am happy that we, as an Ohio State fan and as a Chargers fan, that we got hardball.
Yep.
I'm happy as a Chargers fan, and now I actually have legitimate coaching and have a legitimate path forward, and have somebody that can actually develop and grow with Justin Herbert. And as an Ohio State fan, I'm happy just because I get to see Michigan in shambles. Now, I would love to see Harbaugh still there. So when we whoop their ass this November, I wanted him there.
So
I will say this though: this is the fourth coach in a row to leave that university up north with a losing record against the Ohio State University. 2-5 because he didn't play because Sherrone Moore was there.
2-5. Okay.
Go ahead.
As an Ohio State fan, why are you excited about Harbaugh? Because I feel like y'all had murder beef. Because do you think did you think he was a good coach at Michigan? Or
no, I think and that was my thing. You see me in the chats, bro. Even when Kylie was hating on Harbaugh, I would say Harbaugh's a good coach. That was one thing I've always admitted. He caught a stray, but but even back then,
I was CJ Stroud though. He straight with CJ Stroud, so it's cool.
Yeah, and I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong about CJ Stroud. And Kylie was right about CJ Stroud, and he said it. Yeah, so we even. We definitely won one on there.
Okay.
Because I was hating on CJ Stroud in college. Let me just go ahead and put that on the record. I was not a big fan of CJ Stroud. He's Georgia game and so on and so forth. He's definitely made me proud, and that he's the now highest donator of the NIL. I love him, man. Come on, shout out to CJ Stroud again.
Yes, sir.
But like I was saying though about what was he saying
about the Chargers like being Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah, so like I think Harbaugh was a really good coach at Michigan, and I think he's gonna now lead us forward, man. And he wants power. Give him the power. Let's ball out. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we got going forward. And I'm just happy, man. The Chargers have made a lot of good moves, just in general. Firing Staley, firing Telesco, getting in Harbaugh. Harbaugh's going to be our GM, I've heard. So I'm just excited to see, man. Now the only thing we got to do now, we got the number 5 pick in this draft coming up. Let's see what we do with this. Personally, I want to see us trade down, get a little bit more draft capital. It's not really anything that we needed in the top 5. We do have positions that we need to upgrade. Big time. Linebacker being one of them. We need running backs. We need a running back. We need receivers bad. I think we're gonna cut Mike Williams this year.
For real?
Yeah, I think his contract's nasty, man. He's never
that's nice
because niggas be doing that plus minus
exactly. But at the same time, Mike Williams has only went over 1,000 yards twice in his career. I love him, bro, but he can't stay healthy.
Yeah,
can't stay healthy.
Your best ability is availability.
Exactly. So I think Mike Williams gets cut. Keenan probably saved his career this year, balling out again. He's a hound.
I mean, he's been a dog, though.
He's been a hound for sure. But the last couple years, he's been kind of one of those that's been hurt.
He's a hurt neighbor, though.
So yeah, by far, easy. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see. I think either Joey or don't be surprised if Joey or Derwin are on our team either next year. One of them.
I gotta push back on that because I think Harbaugh, where niggas lack on Harbaugh, they think he's just a QB coach, recruiting and recruiting. But his defenses, if you go back before Michigan, exactly. If you go back before Michigan,
and he's bringing a DC. He's bringing his DC from Michigan,
and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you look at San Fran. Who was it? Patrick Willis, Rich.
I can't even think of but they had 2 good linebackers. They had really 2 good linebackers back
the Ravens.
Yes.
Come on, they were nasty.
They're good.
And that's why I think that Derwin is gonna have one of his best years. I think Joey's gonna
I think Joey's gonna end up leaving, bro.
Yeah, Mac.
I don't know.
Mac probably gonna leave before Joey.
I think we keep Khalil. He just had a career year, and he's gonna be cheaper. He's cheaper technically because he's older. He's older, so he's gonna be cheaper. And so I think that's the only reason. And it's
I think I'll keep everybody.
I don't know.
I would
man.
personally for me, personally for me,
Joey's been hurt too much.
personally for me, if there's anything we had to address, I would say you got to attack that corner position, and you have to attack that line.
Asante Samuel nice though. Asante Samuel,
But that's your starting piece.
yeah.
Jason Jackson, we had to trade him gone after
He's
and then he was
system player.
that nigga was a goddamn cone.
System
That nigga
player.
was-
Yeah, for sure.
you know,
System player.
That nigga
But-
blow.
But we was talking about this too, Tico, a little bit. Going into the offseason, as you as a Falcons fan, you still haven't had signed a coach yet.
No, we got.
That's
That's why I'm wearing it.
Y'all did. Okay, yeah. Actually, let's talk about that real quick.
Okay,
Let's talk about that real quick.
All right, so let me start with this. So when Raheem Morris got hired, I'm not gonna say this was a bad hire or a good hire or nothing.
Mhm.
I just had questions. Now, the questions that I had, if y'all are not familiar, Raheem Morris was already on our staff. And back in 2016, 2017, we had all them niggas there. Okay. And
This is your Super Bowl runs years, right? Yep.
So 2017, he was our intern coach. We interviewed him. He didn't get it. He went with the Rams, won a Super Bowl. Defense coordinator Ramsey said all that shit about him. All right.
Yeah.
So my question is, why now? That's the first thing that I asked.
So
That's the first thing that I asked then, because if you look, Raheem Morris it's not much that has changed.
okay, so let me get my shit off then, because I have a little things to say about Raheem Morris.
Go ahead.
Positive things to say about Raheem Morris. So okay, he had the Rams, right? So the Rams was the number 18 defense last year, correct?
Yep.
Mhm.
So that defense, on paper, you look at that defense, it's really nobody that you know beside Aaron Donald. It's like Russ Yeast, shout out to that guy, another Ohio guy from Fremont.
Yep.
You got a couple guys.
They got
there.
a young linebacker.
Guy,
Yeah,
young guy. They got a
young
big
linebacker.
tackle. He's nasty. From I don't know where he's from, but he's D tackle. He's nasty. Rookie.
That corner.
Yeah, they got corners.
They got corners.
You feel me? They got pieces, but it's
Yeah.
like it
They
wasn't
draft
like
really
nobody.
well. They draft really well. Yeah. No big names.
Yeah, no
Right,
big
right,
names
right.
at all.
Aaron Donald. And Aaron Donald missed a couple games. They still got 18th in defense.
After they traded Jalen Ramsey
You feel
away.
me? So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Shout out to those guys for doing all that. It's just like they did a great job. I think he did a great job with that. And I think him being the head coach, learning under McVay, the offensive schemes, because McVay, motherfucker.
So
He's a motherfucker.
this is my only warning to you, Tone. This is my only warning to you.
Talk to me, because I still have some pushback.
This was
on that
the last defensive coordinator that got hired from the Rams was Brandon Staley.
Only pushback that I have against that too is that also my next question was, why hire another defensive guy when
It's an offensive league.
Yeah.
And y'all the 14th defense, though.
Exactly. Our defense was not terrible. Jesse
Nope.
Bates had
Nope.
a career year.
But I
That's
think
why I said him
but I
learning
think-
under McVay, though, is
I
like
think I like that. I think
yeah.
I mean I don't know because I thought the same thing with Brandon Staley when he came because I'm like he's underneath McVay. He should have the offensive side. Maybe he's a defensive guy, and it looked awful. It looked awful. But I think I think now you guys had an offensive coach. It looked terrible. And so I think the owner is like, let's go in this position and see
Right,
what
and that's
happens
what
now.
that's what we built
And I
on.
think that Miko Ryans now with that defense because he's a defensive guy.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So I appreciate you guys for listening to Drunk Us podcast. We got a lot of topics to cover. Like you said, we just here talking shit like we do.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what we're saying? Shout out to Black Lido, shout out to Village Academy.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having us on
y'all.
Funny Faces Podcast Studios. Thank you guys for having us. We appreciate you. See you guys next episode.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
Check us out on Instagram, man. We
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
talk
shout
about the
us on-
playoff. We're gonna have a little playoff
man.
recap
Yes,
going on.
sir.
Okay, man. Follow
Yep.
us for more content.
Yep.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all, man.